Are we live? Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, there it is. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're watching this and it does not say live at the bottom of the screen, unfortunately, you're watching the recap. The good news is we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. You're on mobile. Press hot chat. X out the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the nightly watch list and main channel. First link for the Scream Alerts boot camp and real estate course. But ladies and gentlemen, it's day after CPI. We had producer prices in the morning, and believe it or not, bad news was good news. They all came in lower. The market loved it. It's helping out the bonds and this idea that the Fed may be able to calm down here. Again, that was some of the data that we got yesterday, but markets are reacting to that. You got some news out of China and like Alibaba, and then we kicked off earnings here. Airlines, Delta, they missed on profit, but then they raised their guidance, so decent for now. And then we're even getting some headlines here out of Amazon using AI and talking about no more layoffs and all of that. So we're going to see what happens, but right now, responding to the data, day after CPI, and now tomorrow we have the bank earnings, and then next week it is full-blown earnings season, and then we go from there. So, Chad, I hope you're ready. I hope you're locked and loaded. Oh, but I'm glad to see you here in the morning, bright and early. So, good morning. How we living, baby? What's up, Astro? What's up, Tyree? Lucky Soldier. Tyree, baby. Donnie Wan, Laker. Jay. Oh, good morning. What's up, Tim Whitman? What's up, Lateral? Matthew, Maria, Todd, Inverse King. Oh, Flav M. Richard Judge, Benny Silverio, Stafford, Amin, Kira. Oh, Tyler McDonald. Mocat, what's up, baby? Will we make it? Good morning, Darren. Bang, Bash, Open Face Sandwich. Alex MF, RJ, all performs. Showing some love in the Twitch chat. Good morning. Aaron HTZ, Charlie, Axel, JJ Nico. Oh, my gosh. And Mr. Belvedere, Anzo, Christian, Cold Pizza, S'mores, Nook, Joe Raj, oh, Eddie. Good morning. What's up, Gunner? What's up, John De La Cruz, Brandon Moore, Hamid, Ben Stone, Jose Ortiz, oh, B Dizzo. Good morning. Oh, Najee Wolf in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Excidious Tom. Oh, what's up, Emma? What's up, PMT? Mr. Dale. Oh, good morning, Brett Van Dyme. Oh, what's up? What's up, Performs? Angelus, Picchiotti, Dead Chair Peach, Sizzler, you ready to play? Yatana's in the house. Oh, Universe's favorite. The universe's favorite. Amen. And Brett, just, that's good vibes. Bring it in. Bring it in, baby. Good morning. RS, Laurie. Oh, Steven. Oh, my gosh, Chad. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Bright and early. Following CPI. How you feel? Do you have a CPI hangover? So they say post CPI, make sure you're hydrated. You know what I'm saying? Get some vitamin C, PI. No? Okay, bad CPI joke? Okay. That's cool. It's okay. I just woke up, man. I just woke up too. It's fine. No, it's cool. It's cool, baby. But we'll get into the news here. So good morning. Let's start with JP Morgan. They cut dozens of base metal clients and they slashed banker bonuses in the fallout of last year's nickel crisis. People familiar said Wall Street's biggest players in metals are reviewing their commodity exposure for over a year after they played a prominent role in the biggest counterparty of the Chinese company at the center of the nickel short squeeze. It was also a financer of the top Chinese copper trade whose business ground to a halt after a liquidity crisis last year. Futures spiked higher after U.S. factory gate inflation slowed. Treasury yields slipped. WTI held near a 5-month high. Gold advanced for a third day. The amount of U.S. junk bonds fell 11% from their peak in October 2021 to $1.4 trillion, a Bloomberg index tracking high-yield debt shows. A European gauge dropped 15% from the highest level. That marks the end of years of growth, including a record for issuance in 2021. It comes as CFOs face refinancing costs at almost 3 times the price that they paid at the start of 2022. Hot dog. OPEC's latest supply cuts are putting global oil markets on track for a hefty deficit that will widen as the year progresses. The market may be undersupplied by 2 million barrels a day in the fourth quarter. The curb should also whittle down the surplus projected for the quarter, OPEC said in a report. Demand will climb by 2.3 million barrels a day, surpassing pre-pandemic levels to reach a record. Investors are seeing more corporate defaults in a U.S. recession this year. A survey by the International Association of Credit Portfolio Managers showed for North American corporates, 86% of respondents, they expect defaults to revise, with 84% seeing a recession. Almost 60% predict North American credit will widen in the next 3 months. The IACPM has more than 130 members in 30 countries. Tech rejected Glencore's revised takeover proposal, which added a cash component. Total Energies is considering a bid for PE-backed oil and gas explorer Neptune Energy. HSBC's short list of possible alternatives to their Canary Wharf skyscraper is said to include former street home of Goldman. UBS hired consultant Oliver Wyman for advice on Credit Suisse. Delta missed on passenger revenue and profit, but they raised their guidance for quarterly adjusted EPS. The outlook for global equities is challenging in the absence of imminent Fed policy pivot and given signs of slowing growth. UBS Global Wealth Management said, CIO Mark Hayfel said, even if the Fed opts to pause hikes after this May meeting, he does not expect an immediate cut as inflation remains well above target. U.S. purchases of computer chip machines from Taiwan rose to a record in March. The island's chip-making machine exports to U.S. jumped 43% in March year-on-year, reaching a new high of 71 million. Exports to China, on the other hand, plummeted 34%, marking a ninth month of decline. U.S. data does not indicate a recession is on the horizon, the White House said, rebuffing Fed staff economists who forecast a minor contraction this year. Job numbers and consumer spending are strong. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, KJP, I don't know what her name is, and chalked it up to Joe Biden's economic plans, waving off a recession risk. So that one was interesting because Leo was kind of bearish yesterday. Then the White House was like, nah, we don't see that. Nah, none of that. The Saudi-Russian oil alliance has the potential to cause all kinds of trouble for the U.S. economy and even for Biden's re-election campaign. Most analysts anticipate oil prices above $80 over the coming years as the Saudis break away from the U.S. orbit and form new links with China and Iran. That compares with a $50 average between 2015 and 2021. 9 a.m. Bank of England pill speaks. 11 a.m. Banxico minutes. 11:30. $60 billion of 4-week bonds and $50 billion of 8-week bills. 1 p.m. to sell $18 billion 30-year bonds. 2 p.m. ECB Nagel and IMF Georgieva speak. 6 p.m. Peru rate decision. OPEC's monthly oil market reports today. And then BOC Macklem is speaking. Earnings include Progressive Corp. U.S. producer prices fell 0.5 month-on-month in March, the most since the start of the pandemic. From a revised flat reading, consensus was for no change. Initial jobless claims rose to 239 last week, just above consensus for 228 the week before. Donald Trump is expected in AG Letitia James's office in New York before noon today to be deposed for a second time as part of the state's lawsuit accusing him of fraud, a person familiar said. The leaker of the U.S. intel was a young gun enthusiast who worked on a military base and shared documents via Discord, according to the Washington Post. The White House urged social media companies to prevent the circulation of info that could hurt national security. In Dublin, Joe Biden said a full-blown investigation into the leak is getting close. California's Dianne Feinstein, 89, said she will ask for another Democratic senator to fill in for her on Judiciary Committee until her health permits a return. She faces calls to resign from within her party. Abortion pill latest. A federal appeals court partly granted the DOJ's request to put a hold on the Texas court ruling overturning FDA approval of mifepristone, but declined the bid to ease distribution. The UK economy stalled in February after strikes crippled the country. GDP was unchanged, falling short of consensus at 0.1. ECB officials have to be even more stubborn to fight inflation, and core prices continue to prove sticky, said Joachim Nagel. He also said it would probably be a weak first quarter for the German economy, but the rest of the year seems to be pretty good. Russia would consider swapping a Wall Street Journal reporter jailed for spying last month for a Russian prisoner held by the U.S., but only after America is convicted, an official said. Ukraine's state-run energy, Navgas, said it won an arbitration case against Russia in a decision that would oblige Russia to pay it $5 billion. China's exports beat, a sign that global demand is holding up better than expected. Shipments in March rose 14% in dollar terms year on year. Consensus was for a drop. Oil imports surged 52 million tons, the most in 3 years. Russia flows hit a record 1.5 million barrels a day. Bank of Japan head Koizo Ueda struck a dovish tone once again by highlighting the risk of inflation slowing below the target. His comments are likely further boosting speculation that he won't rush towards normalization at his first policy meeting on April 27th and 28th. India's trade deficit widened more than estimate to $19 billion from $17 billion in February. Australia jobs rose by 53,000. North Korea launched a suspected ballistic missile towards waters off Japan's northern island of Hokkaido. A warning was issued for residents to take shelter, but then lifted as the missile didn't pose an immediate threat to the people on the land. A fresh but mild COVID wave is rippling through Asia. Singapore's infections almost doubled in the final week of March to the highest. India reported the biggest single-day tally late August, while Indonesia's daily caseload is near a 4-month high. Singapore to tighten monetary policy again in very close call. The volume of crude on tankers on sea jumped to 1.2 billion barrels a week last week, the highest since 2020, Vortex has said. The figure is up by almost 230 million barrels since August as Russia diverted more supplies to buyers further afield, while Europe has to pull in more crude from elsewhere. The drive by OPEC to boost oil prices is also lifting Russian supply, prompting concerns from Indian banks that cargoes may breach the 60 cap. State Bank of India and Bank of Baroda inform refiners they won't handle payments for cargoes above the limits. The oil market is showing real signs of turning bullish as key market gauges strengthen alongside prices. Bloomberg's blog said the nearest time spread for Brent, WTI, and Dubai are all in backwardation structure. Gold edged up to a third day. Base metals advanced while iron ore slumped. China may require local steelmakers who contribute more than half of global output to keep this year's outputs from exceeding 2022 levels. The move, expected by month end, is a fresh reminder of official concerns over a tepid post-pandemic recovery, but stops short of demanding harsh cuts. BHP is on track to acquire OZ Minerals for $6.4 billion. Blackstone wants to refinance $5 billion of debt of the Emerson unit. IBM is considering sale of weather unit acquired in 2016. JP Morgan compliance staff urged executives to cut ties with Jeffrey Epstein, not over just sex trafficking allegations, but also over money laundering suspicion, a court filing said. It also reveals new details of how the bank handled the allegations before they broke ties with him in 2013. Network International, the Middle Eastern credit card processor, is attracting potential takeover interest from suitors including CVC. SoftBank sold more than $7 billion of Alibaba shares this year through a prepaid forward contract, the Financial Times reported. This has now taken their stake down to 3.8%. LVMH rose to a record after Chinese shoppers splash out on luxury handbags and jewelry. Apple tripled their India iPhone production to 7 billion last fiscal year, accelerating a move beyond China. IBM explores sale of weather business. Apple in talks to make MacBooks in Thailand. Chevron nears oil deal in shared block offshore Angola and Congo. RBC passes JP Morgan in ranking of biggest fossil fuel lenders. Merck raised to buy at Citi and revise forecast treatments. Boeing, South Korea explore advanced weapon systems collaboration. Elon said somebody messages, I don't know what that headline is. FDA accepts SBLA for Keytruda with chemo for gastric cancer. Chevron raised to sector outperform at Scotiabank, price target 200. Leonardo and Cisco signed memorandum to develop joint tech projects. A smart gun is finally here, but does anybody want it? BioFire, run by a 26-year-old Kai Klopfer, has raised $30 million in venture capital and private funding and will begin taking pre-orders for their smart guns, which are designed to identify their registered users and won't fire for anyone else. A $149 deposit puts you in line to pay $1,300 when the weapon is ready to ship. Smart guns, wow. The CFA results are in. The final pass rate was 48%, lower than the decade average of 52%. Jeff Bezos no longer plans to bid for the NFL Washington Commanders, according to a person familiar. He'd be seen as the frontrunner to own the franchise. Should Bezos remain out of the running, it creates an opening for others to win a coveted spot in the NFL's elite ownership circle. Bad news for vacationers. There's no such thing as a low season in the Caribbean anymore. Air travel to the region for the period of June through August shows a 48% increase in booked flights over the same months in 2019. According to March 2023 report from Travel Data, the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association is always packed. Wow. More dust. Sandstorms are plaguing northern China and have spread across the sea, shrouding skies from South Korea to Japan and bringing the first yellow dust to Tokyo since 2021. Visibility may be less than 3.1 miles in some places, said the Japan Meteorological Agency. In Korea, commuters complained of sore throats. And then on this day in history, are you ready? In 1976, the U.S. Treasury reintroduced the $2 bill after a 10-year hiatus, featuring Thomas Jefferson and marking the 233rd anniversary of his birth. As part of the country's bicentennial, the denomination isn't widely circulated, but groups such as the Second Amendment supporters sometimes use the attention-drawing bills to publicize a cause. Wow, today was $2 bill day. Wow. Oh, I like that. We'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah, bro, the $2 bill. Not bad. So a decent amount of news. Again, it seems like PPI data. I don't think anything was like breaking news. I think the Alibaba stuff with SoftBank, you kind of got a reaction, but I think they're up there. Overall, I think PPI digestion of yesterday and now getting ready for the rest of the earnings and all of that. But I got some pre-market movers for you. BBAI, they dropped 8% after the software company filed a shelf registration to sell 100 million shares. Jeez. CRISPR CRSP rises 2% after Cantor Fitzgerald initiated coverage with a recommendation of overweight. Cryptocurrency exposed stocks rise in pre-market on Thursday as Bitcoin hovers around the 30,000 level. Alibaba, I don't know why they're mentioned as that. Delta Airlines rises 3% after the company's forecast of adjusted EPS for the second quarter beat the average analyst estimate. XOM shares are down 0.4 after Scotiabank downgraded the energy giant to sector perform from sector outperform. Fastenal shares are down 3.3 after reporting March daily sales growth to 6.8. That is weaker than previous months. Its first quarter EPS beat expectations. FSLR shares are down 1.4 after Deutsche Bank downgrades the company to hold from buy. Magnite MGNA shares are up 3.6 after B. Riley started coverage, giving it a $15 price target. Micron price target was raised to 100 from 75 at New Street, which sees recovery in memory-related chips. Rent the Runway falls 2.9 after the fashion rental company's annual revenue forecast disappointed. Rise Energy, REI, slips 5.7 after the oil and gas announced an excise and price reduction on nearly all of their outstanding warrants. Sarepta SRPT shares tumble 19% following a Stat News report citing people with knowledge of the matter who said that the FDA staff leaned towards rejecting the company's Duchenne muscular dystrophy gene therapy before a top intervention. Sportsman Warehouse SPWH tumbles 22% after the sporting goods retailer provided a weaker than expected net sales and profit outlook for the current period. Steve Madden's shoe is raised to buy from neutral at Citi on the expectation that executives at the shoe company will talk more optimistically about wholesale trends. Shares rise 5.5, and then VRAY, VRAY, shares decline 25% after saying their board has retained Goldman Sachs as their financial advisor to undertake an evaluation of strategic alternatives, including a corporate sale, merger, or business combination. Damn, they sold off 25% on that. I guess not all strategic alternatives are created equal, huh? No? Maybe not. Maybe not. But Chattadonia, good morning. Good morning. Oh, we got a lot of time. So I'm going to go pee here. I'll BRB. I hope you take it all in here. We're going to have an exciting day. If anything, I think tomorrow will be crazier, but here's a fun fact, too. It's been like 10 days as we've held this range. So 10 days is a lot. Today will be the 10th day. And we like to move on day number 10. So we'll see, but I'll be right back.
Gita Gopinath there, the first Deputy Managing Director at the IMF.
Follow me on Instagram, at the Trading Fraternity. Amen.
Good morning to you. As we count you down to the opening bell about 14 minutes from now. We did have some data out a little bit earlier. Jobless claims a bit softer. The labour market softening maybe based on that. I don't know. It's a couple of weeks to this, so keep an eye on it. Outside of that, the PPI data came in. A downside surprise, the biggest drop we've seen, the largest contraction in PPI going back to since the pandemic actually started. Supposedly, could be bullish if it continues, if we don't have to pay for it on the GDP side or in the labour market. Equity futures positive by 0.25%, Tom, on the S&P. Yields a little bit lower by a single basis point on a 10-year, back below 340, 337.90. And this is the standout this morning, isn't it? It's the dollar weakness, the euro strength, euro-dollar positive 0.5%. Yeah. Let's call it 110.50. On euro-dollar, taking out the intraday highs of the years from back in February.
The standout for me is the quality of guests we've had. To have the former Prime Minister of Italy with us, to have John Lipsky with us, Dr. Gopinath, and others. And with Bianco, we haven't let up on the market coverage either. You got to do that. I mean,
earnings tomorrow, retail sales tomorrow.
We're going to do that right now. And if you are part of Global Wall Street, you know this. If you're not, on radio and television, lean forward. For Richard Bernstein to say he's the CEO, CIO, see this, see that of Richard Bernstein Advisors doesn't describe what he did 30 years ago. He launched a book, Style Investing, that was so important you bought it and walked around with it to be cool, even if you didn't read it. Joining us on Value and Unique Value, Richard Bernstein. Richard, I want to cut to the chase. 28 years ago, when you wrote Style Investing, Apple Computer and 4 other of their kin weren't 25% of the market. How do you do value investing, Bernstein investing, with the predominance of those major big tech
How do you
cap
do it?
stocks.
How do you do it,
Well,
man?
Tom, good morning.
Good morning.
And I think what your comment kind of
Richard Bernstein. Oh man. So Chattadonia, how you feeling? How you feeling, man? Uh-huh. Y'all feeling good? So Chattadonia, good morning. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're ready for the day. We got a couple of minutes here before we begin. So let's go over some other comments that we have. Let's see any active chads in the morning. Is there any active chads? Anything we missed? Let's see what we got. SPX calls, reposition. SPXL, going to start stacking natural gas. I want to front run summer heat wave and electricity prices. Going to continue holding my oil plays. Other events, April OPEC monthly report at 7 a.m. Gurjeet, let's go. Weekly initial jobless claims, March producer PPI at 8:30, weekly EIA natural gas storage at 10:30. If they watch every cloud, they will never harvest. I got you, dog. Thank you. Good morning. SPY hits 4:30. I'm buying more SQQ. Love the Lulu sweater fresh. Holding 428, 390 SPY puts for this week. Bad news equals bad news again. Market doesn't care about inflation. We are about to start pricing in recession, but could be worse, right? Remember, Fed Bullard in his cool fancy grass, holding 70% to the short side, 30 to the long side. Long term, always holding that 30% for the long term. Preach, brother. Amen. Holding Roku. If stock sale breaks 15, I'm selling puts on stocks. If stock sale bounces off 15, I'll sell puts on it. Holding a lot of stock sale here, two of them. FRC 428, $14 call at 195. No scheduled Fed speakers I can find. Holding UUP. Gold $20 calls on Friday. Match Amazon long. TSM Goldman short. Short Baba 88 gap fill. Watching TSM short. Joshua Rule. Cap puts at 225. At JDSU prayer hands, baby. Amen. 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 Woo! Killer graphs. All my killer charts in the blue line, in the gold line, and then yeah. Chattadonia, what do you got? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Keep the momentum. We got place. I read you some place. So what do you got? Where's the rest of the chat at? What's your first play of the day? What you got, baby? Post it in the chat. Show me what you're working with. Ethereum, 2K calls. NEM, SQQ, short and SQQ. WWE at 105. Short and KO. Bank Stump, VIX, Meta Long, Nude Long, VXY, Biospace, Buy MPW, Square calls, Tesla short, CYTO shares, Watching Silver, Chillin', Gold Silver, Big Banks, TSLL, Spy Put, Spy 404 Put, TSLL shares, calls on ChatGPT, Delta Flush, Riot shares, 100 shares of Devon Energy, SQQ, Apple, Josh calls, Patience, shorting, MCRB, Netflix calls, long, SWX, waiting to add to the long term, Tesla calls, Dow Leap puts, MES Future, Datadog, NVIDIA calls, short SPX, Sam, just watching, see what we catch, banking on Riot, watching MES, watching TLT put credit, expire worthless, VZLA, credit spreads, eating breakfast, Dow Leaps, Josh for president, DraftKings 19.5, buying Josh's biotechs, PCB, ATKT, AMD call, CS long-term calls, Bitcoin long, calls on the Chad, ASND, MCRB, IONS, Beam, VKTX, my current bios, calls on Josh, eating some pizza, buying Amazon, $96, Roku, PDD calls, net, scalping, Trump, why are we talking like an auctioneer? We're just going through all the plays, MPW drip, Netflix calls, pizza calls, why so much, stop with the pizza! Shot puts, let's go, NVIDIA, BLK, log, Trump, again, a lot of Trump and pizza. What's wrong? You guys, everyone woke up so. NIU, booking puts, Neo call, Summer, CRISPR calls, calls on the chat, DCA Tesla, good morning, LOL, weirdos, Boyle cover calls. I waited for a final play. SMH call. Let's go. We'll take it, baby. We'll take it. We will take it. Good morning, Chattadonia. So there it is. I got a couple of plays for you. Delta Airlines, we're already in that JP Morgan pre-earnings run-up, so I hope you guys see it. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to be looking at. Them bank earnings for tomorrow. It will be very, very exciting. And then IDAI, that was the random AI play from yesterday. And then BBAI or GFAI is like going nuts. So maybe we get a hype play. Then Citi and Wells Fargo, they also have earnings. Amazon, they had a bunch of AI news and layoff news. They're moving a lot here pre-market. Then Alibaba and any of the Asian stocks, but specifically Alibaba due to the, SoftBank. And then I have GLD on my list today. I want to look at gold a little bit. Silver's going crazy, but now gold, and even in reaction to the data, it's been interesting, so I want to take a look at it. And then we're going to be watching ZT and the 2-year bond, just in case we get more activity, and then following, CPI and everything. So we will see what happens, Chattadonia. We will see what happens. So you got 1 minute. If there's any pressing questions, I got you. PPI came in bad, and the market liked it. However, jobless claims, that came in. Well, that came in bad, too, and we liked it. Today, ironically enough, was bad news, good news. So just, that little back and forth flip-flop, you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Have good, have bad. Depends. 50-50, Habibi. 50-50. 50-50. So you guys ready or what? No other questions? Great. It's game time, Chad. I'm holding Iowa. Yeah, that PDUFA is in November. So get ready for that. But, screw a PDUFA. Screw a biotech. It don't matter. You know why? The day is about to start. And here at the Cult, before we start our day, before we try to chase the dollar, before we try to enrich ourselves, we must pay homage to a very special group of people. And I am talking about the veterans of the United States of America. On behalf of the Cult, everybody here, everybody not here, I know they feel the same way. We want to give a huge special shout out to all the active servicemen, past servicemen, anybody who has served these country, and even their family, man, for real. God bless you. Shout out to the veterans, and thank you for your service. And I encourage all of you to show love and appreciation to your vets day in and day out. So thank you. And shout out to all the other public service out there and people helping out their local communities, all the doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the people helping with the nonprofits, the garbage men, the janitors, all of that, baby. God bless you and thank you. I got to cough a little bit, but ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Senator Jets! Oh, it's game time, baby. Horn. Let's go. Where's my horn? Oh, no, I lost the horn, Chad. Oh, wait. Oh, let's go. It's game time. We did it. Good morning. Get ready. Wake up. It's Friday, Junior. Tomorrow's Friday. Then you wrap up the second week of April. Then there's more earnings. Oh, Amazon again. Skirp. What was that? So getting some moves, but good morning, Chad. Let's go. I don't know. Is there another Amazon headline? Again, Amazon headlines this morning have been very, very active. Very, very active. Andy Jassy, no. They said they'll launch Amazon in UK. No, that's CBMD. Ugh. So we'll find out. Bank stocks. Again, bank earnings is tomorrow, so today is the beginning. Yeah, Amazon, they had AI news, and they said they're not expecting any of the other ones. They're not expecting any more layoffs. So that one helped out a little bit too. Good morning, Chad. Good morning. Hey, man. So we got about 1 minute, Chad. Like the video. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed too. Make sure you post any plays. Let's have some fun. You got any questions, you let me know. Call out any news. You need verification on anything, we got you. And get ready. Again, I mean, this is the day after CPI, and usually we've had some big moves. So this leading into Friday, leading into earnings, should be one for the books. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Why are we up? PPI. So the PPI was it was a good sign in terms of pausing rates, maybe even no more rate hikes ever. But it was bad news, good news, and even jobless claims highlighted that the jobs market is not outperforming in the same way, or at least you had a jobless claims come in above. So more people filed for unemployment. These are the things people wanted here. So it's kind of weird. It's just like I said, bad news was good news today, and we haven't really seen that in the last week and a half. So very interesting. Very, very interesting. Again, PPI is an inflation number, so, define that how you want. Like PPI dropping, it coming in worse than expected, that just means inflation dropped more than expected for producers. They had the Bloomberg AI. I heard about that one too. Round one. Fight. Delta. We had gains on Delta. They gave that up. Amazon's already up 1.2. They are going crazy. Let's see, Johnson & Johnson. How are we looking? So communications, number one, industrials, real estate, energy, utility. Those are the ones deep in the red. If anything, utilities are the worst. And then communications are killing it. Is Google and Meta up? Google's up 1.4. Oh, my gosh. Bro, big tech is up a lot right now. So, again, following the PPI and all of that, you have a lot of names up over 1%. It's not just Amazon right there. CLSK, yeah, gold and silver, I mean, we'll watch all day, let it kind of chill out, but gold reacted immediately to the PPI. Again, if anything, that PPI data, it did support a little bit more bullish gold there. And then where's Baba's on the high, Meta starting off here right now, Google again. So it looks like big tech is leading. JPM went negative. They were green right there earlier. XLF is in the red. Yeah, regional banks just dumped right at open here. Even Delta went negative. Are you kidding me? Oh my, we were just up $1 a share at open. So that one already flipped. Delta selling. Where's that other one? Okay, I bought 300 shares of IDAI. That's that hype AI play. I want to see if it does the GFAI. So this one is a risky gamble. Kept it below $1,000. Yeah, GFAI, girlfriend AI. No, that's that one. We saw GFAI. I think we saw it at $4. And then it went up to 30. Again, I think anything with AI there. This thing was even up pre-market and sold off. Delta's coming back up. Let's see. Wall, they're sold off. I think even FRC went down. Weight Watchers been going up again. They closed that one deal. Watch Uber, travel, even like DoorDash. Again, I want to say feeding off of Delta, but I 50-50. 50-50. SPY is up now, 0.32. I still even have that MES from yesterday, and that one's almost there. So now this is like the first low level of yesterday. We kind of danced around here twice. So you're coming off the gap up. I bought what's it called? That little AI stock right now, IDAI. Meta, scared of Rahul. Meta's up, dude. Meta at 217. Again, we talked about like 220 to 225 there once I think it gets above that. So keep a lookout for it. Apple's still going up. All of big tech is running right now. Again, the only thing red is utilities and real estate. Actually, they've all actually gone a lot more. At first, it was only utilities deep red, but everything's down about a quarter. Industrials, financials, energy, real estate, utilities, materials, staple, healthcare, tech, discretionary, communications are in the green. NASDAQ's up 0.72. NASDAQ's almost 1%. Little Clifford there on the market. Pop. That's the ES. So, yeah, your gap is at 40.90. You're right above 4,100. Kind of a shitty level. So, I mean, you guys remember this game yesterday. 41.08, like 41.10, and then back to the 41.14 or 41.19 and all of that. McDonald's new all-time high. JWN's on the high. Yeah, McDonald's is unstoppable. Delta's going up. Again, they were up 3-4%, and now they're barely up there following the earnings. JPM, watch if the banks get a run again. Wells Fargo, that could also be a pre-earnings run up. Remember, those are in the morning. Tesla's selling off. Remember, Tesla was an underperformer. Uber's still on the high. I think retail too, and they were down yesterday. Ford, big dump. McDonald's, cray. Sarepta slides 11 following the stat news report. Where's Amazon? Baba. Amazon chilled out a little bit. Baba's coming down. They're up 2%, but selling. I think all the China names, even Baidu. Baidu's already negative. Yeah, Meta 28 again. Anything above 217 now, that opens up the next window. Palo Alto Networks on the high. Remember, cyber was doing very good yesterday. Let's see, Delta. Microsoft O dropping. Delta's dropping. Yeah, O's down to 0.7. Real estate's second worst on the day now. KRE got a little cheek lay on the market. Bonds are catching a bid. That's your first low of the day, or your new low of the day. I don't know if it's that much, though. I guess 4105 to 41. I mean, just watch what happens at 4100. So, again, literally same exact story as yesterday. Every